Welcome back, students. Today we are going to talk about the colligative properties of a solution. Yesterday we had a conversation about how Henry's law is directly related with Rod's law, or we can say that Rod's law is a special case of Henry's law. And we have also seen that with the help of Rod's law, with the help of Henry's law and Dalton's law, Rod's derived a particular hypothesis which was totally correct and totally it is being used today as Rod's law. But we have also discussed that the equation given by Rod's law was totally or just hypothetical. It is not suitable for normal solution, and those solutions which are not considering or not following the principle of Rod's law are termed as non-ideal solution. Since we also know that the solubility of a solution depends on some following characteristics, that is either what is the nature of or what is the concentration of solute and solvent, the temperature and pressure at the time of the preparation of the solution. So here we are going to study that how the concentration of a solute will decide the solubility of a solution or nature of a solution. Here this is termed as colligative property of a solution. We can see here that we are going to define colligative property as the property which is directly related or which depends upon the concentration of a solute available in a particular solution impacts the nature of the solution. So, and what are the different property which depends upon the nature of or concentration, which does not depend upon the nature of the solute, but it directly depends upon the concentration of the solute. What are these properties? We can say that the vapor pressure of a solution formed after heating or after giving some temperature, freezing point of solvent, boiling point of solvent, and osmotic pressure. These are the properties which depends upon the concentration of solute, and hence it impacts and or affects the properties in such a manner that it lower the vapor pressure of solute of the solution, it lower the freezing point of a solution, elevate the boiling point of a solvent, and it provides some pressure which is further the which we will discuss. This is the one of the most important property which help us to survive our life, and this is called as osmotic pressure. We will deal with this later. Now here we are that all these properties are directly related with the, and we can see that all these properties are directly interconnected with the concentration of solute in spite of what is the nature of the solute. So here we are going to discuss the first point or first property which of the colligative property, which is relative lowering of vapor pressure. And here we can say that how we can define vapor pressure. So what is vapor pressure? We can define vapor pressure as any pressure generated by a particular liquid, generated by a vapor of a particular liquid at normal atmospheric pressure is termed as vapor pressure. Okay, here we are going to use this property of vapor pressure at normal temperature and try to compare it with the vapor pressure of the solution when some solutes or concentration is added in a solution or removed through the solution. How it will impact the solution? Here we can say that the vapor pressure of the solution at constant temperature and pressure, here temperature and pressure are both are constant, is lower than the vapor pressure of pure solvent at the same temperature and pressure. अगर इसको हम लोग बात करें सिंपल टर्म में, तो the actual pressure of the solvent when it was pure will be more than the vapor pressure generated after mixing of some solute in that solvent and after the formation of solution. That is, if Pa naught is the vapor pressure of pure solvent at initial temperature and pressure where nothing is mixed, or that is a pure solvent. Pa is the vapor pressure of solution after addition of solute. That is, when addition of solute take place, addition of solute have been taken, and hence we can define that the change in the vapor pressure of the solution with respect to the vapor pressure of pure solvent can be defined as the relative lowering of vapor pressure, because we can see here that the actual vapor pressure of the pure solvent is much greater than the vapor pressure of the solution after mixing some amount of solute. So we can say that delta Pa equal to Pa naught minus Pa, and we are going to term it as equation 1, है ना. Now from Rod's law, as we have discussed in last class, that Pa equal to Pa naught into XA. That is, हमने कल बात किया था कि किसी भी सॉल्वेंट का जो concentration रहेगा, that will vapor pressure रहेगा, और that will be directly proportional to the concentration, and it will be scaled by the actual pressure without addition of some amount of solute. ठीक है ना. तो यहाँ पे अगर मैं इस इक्वेशन को यूज करूं और इस इक्वेशन 1 को यूज करूं, रॉड्स लॉ और इक्वेशन 1 को यूज करूं, तो वी कैन राइट डेल्टा Pa फ्रॉम इक्वेशन 1 इक्वल टू Pa नॉट, that is Pa naught, which is Pa naught, and Pa equal to, from here we can write Pa equal to Pa naught minus XA, and after calculating this we can say that Pa naught is common 1 minus XA, and 1 minus XA, since we know that mole fraction of all the constituents is always equal to 1. Here if we have binary solution, we have two components, that is solvent and solute. Hence, if A is solute and B is solvent, then we can say that concentration of A and concentration of B, when get added, it always equal to 1. So we can say that mole fraction or concentration of B equal to 1 minus XA. We are going to put and replace 1 minus XA by XV. Hence, it is delta Pa relative lowering vapor pressure equal to Pa naught into XV. Now let's compare it from here. What we have said earlier, that the properties or relative lowering or any properties or these properties is going to directly depend upon the concentration of the mole fraction of concentration of the solute. Here we can say that delta Pa, what is delta Pa? Delta Pa is the relative lowering in vapor pressure. That is relative lowering in vapor pressure, which is directly related with the concentration of solute, that is XB. So यहाँ पे मैंने मेंशन कर दिया है relative lowering of vapor pressure is directly proportional to XB, that is concentration of solute. अगर मैं यहाँ से XB को बाहर निकाल लूँ, तो we can say that XB equal to delta Pa upon Pa naught, and we have already from equation 1 we can write it as Pa naught minus Pa upon Pa naught. And since we know that XB, which is mole fraction equal to Na upon Na plus Nb, where Na is the number of moles, यहाँ पे मैंने मेंशन किया है number of moles of solvent equal to molar given mass by molar mass, and Nb is the number of moles of solute. यहाँ पे A चूंकि solvent है, तो solvent के लिए मैंने A यूज किया है, B हमारे पास solute है, तो इसलिए मैंने solute यूज किया. And similarly we can write it as weight of solvent equal to molar mass or molecular mass of solvent. Ratio of given mass to its molar mass gives number of moles of that component. Similarly, it is number of we can write it number of moles of solute equal to ratio of given mass of solute to the given molar mass of solute. सो मैंने इसे यूज किया है यहाँ पे, और चूंकि यहाँ पे एक चीज और ध्यान रखने वाला है, मैंने यहाँ पे लिखा है पीए, जबकि यहाँ पे मैं यहाँ पे मेंशन कर रहा हूँ सॉल्यूशन। ये वेपर प्रेशर ऑफ पी ऑफ ए लिखने का, ये वेपर प्रेशर ऑफ ए लिखने का मतलब ये हुआ, जबकि मैंने सॉल्यूशन में सॉल्यूट मिला दिया, तो मैं सिर्फ वेपर प्रेशर ऑफ सॉल्वेंट क्यों लिख रहा हूँ? तो चूंकि मैक्सिमम सॉल्वेंट इज व्हाट इज द व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय सॉल्वेंट? सॉल्वेंट इज द component which is in maximum concentration within a solution. So यहाँ पे we can say that Xa is far more concentration of solvent is very much greater than the concentration of solute. So we can write it as the actual vapor pressure will be generated by both component will be can be remembered, can be write as Pa is far more greater than PV because concentration of solvent is very much more than concentration of solute. जब concentration ज्यादा रहेगा तो we can say that vapor pressure भी जिसका ज्यादा concentration रहेगा उसका ज्यादा बनेगा, इसलिए मैंने यहाँ पे vapor pressure consider किया एक। सो मैंने यहाँ पे भी वही बात कर रहा हूँ, कि अगर चूंकि XB इक्वल टू Na/Na प्लस NB है, तो और concentration of Na is very much greater than number of moles of A is very much greater than NB, hence we can write it as Na/NB. NB will be neglected, hence Na/NB है ना, Na/NB, and we can write it as Pa नॉट माइनस Pa/Pa, और चूंकि डेल्टा Pa नॉट माइनस Pa इक्वल टू हो जाएगा डेल्टा यहाँ पे NB/Na हो जाएगा, चूंकि ये हमारे पास XB है ना, तो NB/Na हो जाएगा, ठीक है, NB/Na प्लस NB, तो मैंने Na को यहाँ पे रिप्लेस कर दिया, यहाँ पे Na आ जाएगा, ठीक है। तो NB/Na प्लस NB, देन वी कैन राइट दिस इक्वेशन एज फॉरवर्ड, और इसे मैं कैलकुलेट करूंगा तो मैंने एक रिलेशन निकाल दिया, डेल्टा Pa/Pa इक्वल टू NB/Na, which is the ratio of number of moles of both component, NB/Na, that is number of moles of solute and number of moles of solvent. अब ये रेशियो के टर्म्स में अगर मैं इसे फर्दर ब्रेक डाउन करूं तो वी कैन राइट इट एज WB/MB and Y divided by WA/MA, and further if we calculate this equation we can write it as. So we can see that both these equations are directly related with the concentration of solute, and hence we can say that relative lowering in vapor pressure is directly related with the concentration of the solute. Either whatever the nature of the solute, we are not going to talk about that, but we are only taking it as that concentration of solute is going to decide what will be the properties of a particular solution, ठीक है ना। So we can say that relative vapor pressure of a particular solution will be reduced if a non-volatile solute is going to add is being added in a solution, hence it will be called it will termed as the relative lowering of vapor pressure. Here the solute B is non-volatile, you have to remember this. In next class we will discuss depression of freezing point of solvent, how it will get deflected by the addition or addition of some amount of concentration, some amount of solute within a solution. So thank you so much.